Order and recording of members present and absent.
Hanson,
Yes.
Kane,
Here.
McDermott,
Aye.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater. Here.
Open meeting compliance statement.
I, the undersigned clerk of the Board of Education of the Alva Independent School District, number 1 of Woods County, Oklahoma, certify that prior to December 15th of the last calendar year, the date, time, and place of this regular meeting was filed in the office of the County Clerk of Woods County, Oklahoma. I certify that at least 24 hours prior to this meeting, excluding holidays and Sundays, Saturdays, notice of the date, time, and place of this agenda was posted in public view at the location of this meeting.
I don't have a full agenda. Because I'm not going to be able to, there's a consent agenda, I have to read that, okay. Sorry.
You can use mine.
Mm-hmm.
My pleasure.
All of the following items, which concern reports and items of a routine nature, normally approved by one board vote unless any board member desires to have a separate vote on any of these items. The consent agenda consists of the discussion, consideration, and approval of the following items. 3.1, addition of items of new business to the agenda.
There are none.
The minutes of the May 6th, 2019 regular board meeting. Approval of the finance report. Approval of the activity fund report. Approval of the activity fund fundraisers. Approval of the activity fund inter-account transfers. Approval of the child nutrition report, and declare the following item as surplus.
Okay, so we'll start with 3.2 with our minutes agenda, and I did not see any errors with that. 3.3, our finance report, all investments are up to date. You'll see in our finance report that the interest off our investments are doing very well for the district. If we look at the first attachment there that you see, the general fund revenue attachment, that is our revenue that's been collected to date. You can see that we have collected our current ad valorem, and we've over collected on the interest earnings. We will meet our estimate of needs, so the finances of the district are in good shape. We continue to see a drop in gross production that we continue to monitor, and part of that is that price of oil. But overall, the district is in good financial shape, and as I said, we will meet our estimate of needs. Our activity fund report, all activity funds are in good standing. Mrs. Durkee continues to do a good job of reconciling those accounts. She is now working on our many summer activities, and so nothing major to report there. No activity fundraisers this month with 3.5, and there are no inter-account transfers with 3.6. Child nutrition report. These numbers are for April. The child nutrition report shows that we continue to serve more students than we've served last year in comparison to this year. And I don't think we have that.
It's okay.
It is.
Okay.
I don't see that attachment, Terry.
Oh. Some copies of that.
That'd be great, thank you. And then we'll go ahead while we're getting copies of the child nutrition report. We'll look at the surplus items. I want to mention that Dustin Moffett, one of our new employees, has done a fantastic job of cleaning out our old bus shed, or it's not old bus shed, I guess an old storage building behind the middle school, going through there, organizing, sorting those items that had previously been declared surplus. And so he's done a great job there. These items from Longfellow are some technology items, and I might mention that Caitlin is working with some companies to purchase those surplus items. We've been fortunate as a district to be able to purchase some new technology over the last few years, and we are going to be looking to sell some of that older technology, and so Caitlin is currently working towards that. While we're waiting on that child nutrition report, are there any questions? Okay, I might tell you that just offhand with the child nutrition report, again, this is back in April. At the end of June, Verlita will close out the school year because of federal reimbursements. Again, we continue to serve more students. Berlita's done a really good job of expanding our menu, making it more friendly for students, giving them more choices. And so you can see that in our numbers. If you were to compare our average number of breakfasts served from this year to last year, we have served over 60 more students for breakfast. So just another example of the difference. If you looked at breakfast through April comparatively this year to last year, 4,000 more breakfasts served. So we're serving many more students, and Berlita is doing a great job, and all our cooks, of serving those students. Are there any questions with the consent agenda? If not, I would recommend that they be approved.
I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Hanson,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater.
Yes.
4, vote to approve purchase order encumbrances for the following funds for fiscal year 19. 4.1, general fund is referenced. 4.2, building fund as referenced. 4.3, child nutrition fund as referenced. 4.4, gift fund as referenced.
Okay, so we'll start with 4.1. Purchase order number 720, Midwest Music, $7,800. Those are new band instruments for the next school year. Purchase order number 721 with Midwest Music also, that is $5,000 for repairs of instruments. Number 726, we are replacing the carpet in the band room, $7,647 with Pettits. Number 727, Apple Computer. Mr. Potter and Mr. Brott are excited about a new class that they will be starting next year. It's not a new class, but expanding on the media production class that we've had previously. And the purchase of this computer is going to help with that class. Number 747, Index. That is going to upgrade our building access and make our access system cloud-based. And what that means is that's going to allow each secretary more control and access to be able to control those doors. It's been run off a server. It's been difficult for everyone to coordinate those, and this is going to allow it to be site managed. So that'll be a good thing for each building. Number 753 with Alva Roofing, that is going to cover water testing on our middle school. They've come up and looked at it, believe that there's some metal work that they can do to alleviate some of the drainage problems we've had on that roof, and so that will cover some of that testing. Number 757, $12,847. This is replacing the air conditioning unit and heating unit in the vocal room. We've done many repairs over the last few years on that, and we're going to replace that so we have that in time for school to start. And then number 758, Northwest Electric, $6,545. That is replacing some older lights in classrooms at Lincoln. Previously, I think they did some in the upstairs, and these are going to replace some of those bottom level classroom lights. 4.2, building fund. These purchase orders with the building fund, we have Gray Dog as an open purchase order for $5,000 for some repair. That's purchase order number 63. And then purchase order number 67, Wilson Construction. Earlier in the year, Lincoln worked on moving water away from that patio, that middle patio, and probably if you've driven by, you've seen that it's washed out part of that hill. And so this is going to help alleviate some of that washout with some sod and some drainage pipes to help that with the rain that hopefully we get rain next year too, like we have this year. 4.3, Child Nutrition Fund. Just one purchase order of note, number 48, Worthington Direct for $3,640. This will be an increase in tables. There's going to be an increase in enrollment at the middle school. And so this is to purchase some new tables to manage that increase. And then 4.4 on the gift fund, nothing to report out of that fund. Are there any questions?
I had a quick question
Yes.
about the band instruments. Do we, I noticed these are some smaller instruments, like saxophones and things like that. Is that something we just keep on hand for students that need them?
Correct.
Or-
And we've in past too, we bought some of our bigger and helped me out,
always bought
timpani,
tubas
I
and-
think, and we bought some tubas, so yes,
French
we
horn.
buy some of those, in French horn, we buy some of those
Yeah.
instruments that are expensive
And
for our
oboes, with
students.
things in which, but these were not, these were a little bit smaller instruments. And so, do students not purchase their own instruments anymore? Or I just thought.
You know, I don't know the answer to that
Okay,
question. I would
I
have to
should've
find
asked
the answer.
earlier.
No, that's okay. I don't know the answer to that. I would have to ask, to be honest with you.
These were unusual instruments for us to have on hand, I thought, which we may need to.
Right.
I just didn't know.
I can tell you that Mrs. Brock worked with Mr. Stewart in the purchasing of these.
Okay.
And so these were instruments that they felt like they needed. But I will check on how that
No,
works.
if a kid needs an instrument, we need to buy it
Sure.
if they can. I just wondered if it was working.
Good question.
Okay. Superintendent's report.
Need a motion.
Oh, we do? Okay. We have a motion? Approve these.
Approve these reports.
Okay,
Second.
sorry.
Hanson,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater.
Yes.
Okay, number 5, superintendent's report.
Okay, we will start with our resignations that we've received this month. We have a resignation from Brenna Heaton from Alva Middle School. She will be going to the Career Tech, and we wish her the best of luck. She's still going to be educating the students in our community, and she'll do a great job. Paul Hamilton will be reassigned to Alva Middle School to teach 6th grade science and 6th grade math, and so we're excited for Mr. Hamilton to be able to do that. And then also one last reassignment, Kara Brott. She will be reassigned from elementary music to Alva High School Library. And we're excited for Kara. She's excited for this also. The State Department has a Grow Your Own program, and what it does is it allows, because of the shortage in library media science, it allows for a certified teacher to get a master's in that area. And so Kara will begin that process over the summer. Any questions about any of the reassignments, retirements, or resignations? Okay, 5.2, communication. Just want to let you guys know that we'll be attending a conference this week in Norman. I'll be meeting with Triarch. We met as a facilities committee, I believe it was a week ago, and we looked at different plans that we've talked about, from our ag farm to our track and field area to parking at our middle school and high school. And so we'll be bringing a contract with Scott in the future for the board to approve and look at. So that's kind of where we're at with our facilities. Might mention the bus that everyone was able to tour. Thank Richard and Steve. They've kind of worked together in getting Mr. Gray to come up here and bring that bus. There are many different options. This is just one example. There's been no decision made. Just wanted to give you guys an opportunity to climb on one and kind of see what we're looking at this point. And that is all I have.
We need a motion for that, do we? 6, items of current business. 6.1, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve an offer of employment on a 1-year temporary contract to the following certified teachers for the 2019-20 school year. Applicant number 1.
Mrs. Williams.
I would like to introduce Eileen Littlefield. Hello. She will be the counselor for 3rd grade through 5th grade. And she's actually coming back from retirement and joining us, so we're really grateful for that. But she has a lot of experience, including many districts around us. She, in fact, worked for Mr. Feely at
Yes,
Burlington.
that's correct.
And he had very high regards for her, which made it a pretty easy decision for us because we trust him a lot. But I think she's going to fit right in at Lincoln and Longfellow, and with everything that we're doing, strategic planning, PBIS, everything. So we're very excited to have her, and welcome to
Thank
Alva
you,
Public
I look
Schools.
forward to it.
Mrs. Tucker.
And I'm gonna have the pleasure to work with both of these ladies, but I'm gonna introduce Macy Sutter, and I knew I was gonna say Google Myers, so I'm glad I said Sutter. I've known Macy for quite a while, and she is a Kiowa native. She taught the last 2 years at South Barber, and she has a performing arts degree from Northwestern. Her teaching license in Kansas is currently being processed. As soon as that is finished, she'll apply for the reciprocal in Oklahoma, so I feel confident that that'll go smoothly. She subbed in our school district prior to going into teaching, and she did a super job. Anyone who knows her knows she has great positive energy, and I'm really looking forward to working with her.
I'm pumped.
That's what we like to hear, Daisy.
I'm so excited, so, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. It's our custom for you to have your picture taken.
Oh, okay.
And you're welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting, but we need a motion. Of course, we always have a motion. So,
I would make the motion that we hire Eileen Littlefield and Nancy Sutter as new employees at Alva Public Schools.
Second.
Slater,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
McDermott,
aye.
Kane,
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So, like I said, you're welcome to stay, or you're welcome to,
Do you need to grab a picture of me?
okay, we're going to torture you for the rest of this. Can you tell where you want to be? The famous wall. The famous wall. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to move on. Discussion with possible board action, vote to approve the following renewal contracts or membership services for fiscal year 20. 6.2.1, Charles W. Carroll CPA.
Behind.
6.2.2, Woods County Commissioners. Do we want to look at each one of these separately?
We can do these all, no, these are same contracts we
Same song, next verse. 6.2.3 OSSBA, 6.2.4 Precision Testing Labs Incorporated. So would we, any questions, we entertain a motion?
I make a motion that we approve all of the 6.1 through 6.2. 6.4.
Okay.
Second.
Slater,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Kane,
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
6.3, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve the open student transfers for the 2019-20 school year.
I recommend that we approve these open transfers for these students. A couple of these students we have served in the past through emergency transfers, visiting with Mr. Feely and Mrs. Williams. They would both make this recommendation also.
So moved.
Second.
Parker,
Yes.
Hanson,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Slater.
Yes.
6.4, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve the temporary appropriations for the fiscal year 20.
These are just our appropriations from Carroll and Associates to get us started to begin our new year in July and August until we receive our estimated needs. Any questions?
Is this a certain percentage of last year's budget?
So last year's estimated needs was around 17 million, and it is smaller than last year. I don't know the percentage, but I can find that out for
No, that's-
Good
I
question.
know it was less than.
you. Yes, it is.
More, because this
It
costs
needs
us
to be
more.
less than.
As long as it is.
Yes, it is.
Need a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the temporary appropriations for fiscal year 20 as referenced in 6.4.
Second.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
6.5, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve out-of-state travel for Mr. Nick Brott to travel with students to Waco, Texas, and participate in the Baylor University Debate Workshop on July 14th through 20th, 2019.
Great opportunity for our students. Thankful that Mr. Broad's willing to do this, and I would recommend that we approve this for our students.
I make a motion that we approve Mr. Brock going to Baylor University.
Second.
Hanson,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater.
Yes.
6.6, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve extended school year special education services from June the 3rd through June the 30th, 2019, for paraprofessional Cindy Wright.
This is an additional hire for our extended school year services. We have some students that are going to be going out and working in the community, and this just gives us a better ratio of student paraprofessional, so I'd recommend that we approve this.
I make a motion that we approve 6.6.
Second.
Hanson,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Parker,
Yes.
Slater.
Yes.
6.7, discussion with possible board action, vote to approve the revised extra duty assignment schedule for fiscal year 19.
And these three coaches, Ty Hooper, Marcus Speed, and Derek Thomas, it was an oversight and were omitted from last year's July extra duty assignment meeting. And so this is going to pay for this June, which they should have been on. These numbers are what they made in July of last year, so there has been no change, and I would recommend that we approve these assignments.
Make a motion, we approve the revised extra duty assignment schedule for FY19.
Second.
Slater,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Kane,
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Any new business?
No, ma'am.
Proposed executive session to discuss AEA negotiations per 25 Oklahoma State Statute 307B2. Vote to convene into executive session.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Slater,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
McDermott,
Aye.
Kane,
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.